Yeah, I mean, it's nice to be back in with the girls. I mean, I've caught up with lots of them, obviously, being in London, but it's nice to be back in training. I was in the last few camps, so I got a little bit of a feel for it, but it's nice to be back in the squad and, you know, preparing to play an actual national team match rather than watching on the sidelines, because it's been tough watching from the sidelines, that's for sure.
Next question, Emma. You're on mute, Emma.
I'm always on bloody mute. Hi, Sam.
Hey.
Welcome back. I just can't get over how long it's been. And so much has happened for you on and off the pitch, so many ups, so many downs. I'm just interested in whether or not that's changed you at all. Like, not fundamentally as a person, but has it changed your approach to football, the way you go about things? Have you learned things about yourself along the way?
I think probably the biggest thing that's changed me is having Jags, probably. Just a whole new look on life has been amazing. I think time away from the game is always difficult as a player, but I think because it was so long, I found the good parts in it too. I got to do things that I normally don't have time for. Been planning a wedding, I've built a house, so I've done some amazing things, and like you said, there's been some tough times too, but I don't think it's changed me as a person. I'm a pretty strong person and I'm pretty confident in who I am, so I think I've learnt a lot, but definitely still the same Sam.
Thanks, Emma. Marco?
G'day Sam, welcome back. Just from your first appearance for Chelsea last month, where are you at in terms of, fitness, sort of, I guess being sort of, match fit from then to like now?
Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one, obviously. Like, I've come back from my injury, but there's a year and a half of no football behind me. So it's been quite frustrating, I think, because, of course, I want to play as much minutes as possible, but there's been people a lot smarter than me holding me back a little bit. Fitness-wise, I really don't know. I think I'm definitely not 90 minutes fit, put it that way. I think I've got about 70 minutes in me. That's what I would say. Don't know about the other people, but yeah, I'm moving towards getting 90-minute fit. Every day, every session is helpful for me because I've had a year and a half out of football. So I just need more sessions, more game time, and I'm working towards being fit. And I'm fully fit, but I'm about 70-80% game fit.
Erin, next question.
Hey Sam, thanks for making time for the chat. I guess just building on that fitness thing, do you think you'll reach that 90 minutes time in time for Asian Cup? And how much do you want to be lifting a trophy at the Asian Cup?
Definitely. I mean, I hope to be 90-minute fit in the next month or so. I think it probably can go a bit quicker than other people think, but I have to respect the fact, like I said, that I've had a long time out of football, and Asian Cup is the most important thing to me coming up, so there's no need to rush it, but I'll definitely be 90-minute fit in the next month or so. And yeah, like I just said, the Asian Cup is so important. I mean, when I last won it, I was a young 15-year-old kid, so I didn't even really get to experience what it actually was like, and now looking back, I was living my dream without even knowing it. So it'll be good to hopefully lift the trophy. That's all of our goal here, but yeah, it would be a dream come true.
Next question, Ben.
Hey Sam, hope you're well. Yeah, it's obviously been such a long time out of the game for you up until you came back recently. Were there any moments during your recovery where you wondered whether you'd return to the pitch, or did you consider giving it away, or was it more a case of the entire time you went through your recovery, there was this burning desire to return to the pitch?
To be honest, I think it was both. Like, there was definitely dark days where, I think it's well documented that, I struggled a little bit in the first 9 months with a few setbacks, and there was a few times there where I was like, gosh, I don't know if this will ever go away, but I've always had that burning desire, and I've had a lot of good people around me that have pushed me to keep going, specifically my partner. But yeah, that as an athlete, like you go up and down in self-belief and self-doubt when you're injured. It's hard to be away from the game, but I've always had that burning desire to come back, but there's definitely been days where I've thought, gosh, I might never shake this one.
Next question, Jay. Sorry, Jack.
Hey Sam. Yeah, g'day Sam. We heard from Joe. I think he said he'd been planning to chat about the captaincy with you. Has he had that chat, and what can you tell us about how you feel about potentially being captain?
Yeah, I mean, I think Joe's just letting me enjoy the first few days of camp. I've just come in and the only meetings I've attended, which has been really nice to be honest, have been the team meetings. I think everyone's just giving me space to just come back in and enjoy myself and be free, come back in and play football. But on being the captain, of course, I still feel really passionate about that. I know I have so much more to give for this team in a leadership role. And this team here will make football decisions, and I feel like football-wise, I'm one of the best leaders in the team. So I feel really passionate and proud that I've been in that position before and hopefully continue forward.
Thanks, Jack. Is there any further questions? Yes, Erin, next question.
Just on Joe there, Sam, obviously that change happened while you're on the sidelines. How have you found him so far as a new coach and his philosophy? And do you think he's going to be able to guide the team at the Asian Cup, and only a couple of windows to go?
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one for him, but no, he's been great. He plays an amazing style of football. I obviously watched from the sidelines him coaching last camp, which was really nice and good to see. And to be in it now, it's there's a lot of intensity, there's a lot of expectation on the pitch. All the minor details matter, and I love that about him. I think it drives the standard of the team, and you can see from the training sessions that the competitiveness and the quality has lifted from the girls. So I've really enjoyed getting to know him on and off the pitch, and I think the girls are just as loving it as much as me.
Thanks, Erin. Next question, Ben.
Yeah, Sam. Emma mentioned it earlier, where she said, so much has changed with the Matildas in terms of staff and personnel from the last time you played for them. What's been the biggest shift you've noticed since you've come back into camp?
Ooh, well, there's a lot of new staff, and the biggest shift. I mean, this team is, believe it or not, there's been a lot of change, but the core group of players has kind of stayed the same, and there's been some really good new additions, I think, that have been coming in consistently. I think Winnie's done a great job and been really good for the group. There's been some really good girls that have come in and changed the group. Amy Sayer, Remy's been coming in consistently. So I think we've had the core group stay together, which helps, and then some really bright new talents that have come in and helped everyone. But I think the biggest change for me has probably Joe. The demand that he's put on the team is really high, from just even the passing pattern. There's demands on everything that you do. So I think probably Joe's been the biggest change.
Thanks, Ben. Anna?
Yeah, so I just want back on you. Like, you talked about how you're pushing yourself probably more than anyone. How confident are you, I guess, in terms of hitting your straps, that you can get back to being that striker that you've always been, that you've always prided yourself on, especially before the Asian Cup, right?
Yeah, I think that just comes down to self-belief. I know who I am as a player and what I can do, and I'm still playing in one of the best clubs in the world and one of the best national teams in the world. So I have all the ability to have the support around me to do it, and I have all the belief in myself, but I also have people around me that believe in me, and my teammates believe in me, and I think that just comes from practice and getting fit and making sure I'm there at the Asian Cup performing at my best. But I've got to be patient with myself. I think the first few months I've been a little bit tough on myself with how high my standards are, but I'm getting there. I'm slowly getting there.
Thanks, Anna. Emma?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, you sort of mentioned before, you had some dark days and there was a bit of self-doubt there, like, will they ever get back to the pitch, that sort of thing. Were there any medical experts who kind of said to you, I don't know if you're going to be able to get back? Was everyone pretty much like, if you work hard and, you know, you have this surgery and you do this rehab, you're going to get back? Or did anyone say, we're not sure about this?
No, not one medical person said that to me. Everyone was really positive, but my knee was, not my knee, well, something else that was going on in my leg was a little bit of a mystery and kind of just, yeah, no one could figure it out until a later date. So there was no one that said I was never going to come back, probably only myself, because, you know, that self-doubt can be pretty strong at times. But no, I had everyone behind me, everyone doing, you know, the most, and especially the physios here at the national team, they were the biggest advocates for me. I was flying around the world to see the best doctors in the world to make sure I got back on the pitch.
Thanks, Emma. Marco?
Dan, what was that a mystery?
Wouldn't you like to know? No, I mean, pretty much I just had an issue with my graft, but nothing was, you know, showing up on the MRI. It was just a mystery. I had pain for 10 months, and not that no one believed me, but I was saying I was in pain and everyone was like, we can't see anything. And I was like, but I'm in pain. So, yeah, then pretty much had to get surgery on it and it was all fixed. So, yeah.
Brilliant. Jack, question?
Sam, have you had a sense about how much people are looking forward to seeing you back on the field in the time you've had out? It feels like the whole country, it just can't wait to see you back out in green and gold. Do you get that sense?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think sometimes when you're in London, you live in a little bubble, but I have people messaging me all the time. I mean, I always say this, but the older community is absolutely the sweetest to me. Whenever I would go home or am around Australia, people always coming up to me, telling me how much they can't wait to see me back. And it's been really nice to feel the support from Oz and from afar, but it's been also quite draining to keep hearing that when are you back question. So I'm excited to just play and get it over with. And I said this when I played for Chelsea, I absolutely loved that people were cheering me on, but I can't wait to people to critique my game, talk about me missing that chance or scoring that goal. I'm over the injury talk, that's for sure.
Emma, did you have another question?
I was just kind of wondering whether or not you had any goals for the next few years, like in terms of football and just what you want to achieve. I mean, you're 32 now. What do the next few years look like for you in your head?
Oh, I mean, I haven't really thought about the next few years, to be honest, because I'm just trying to take one day at a time with where I've come from over the last year. But, I mean, I just want to play forever. I love this game. I love this sport and I love the Matildas. I love Chelsea. So I'm in a really good spot right now with football. I'm just trying to enjoy myself. But the only goal that I really have at the moment is to make sure, one, we keep winning with Chelsea and the big one, win the Asian Cup. But after that, I intend to play on wherever makes me the happiest and makes me play the best.
Anna, next question, and we'll take the last couple of questions now.
Sam, just on your teammates, they've had to fill very much a void with you in terms of you missing in attack. We've seen Holly McNamara come in and say scoring goals, Michelle back in the frame, obviously Caitlin, etc. How have you seen those players, and how do you see yourself working alongside this, somewhat similar but also quite different group of players?
Yeah, the girls have done well. Obviously, results have been a bit mixed, but that's expected with a new coach and coming off a lot of change. So the girls have done well. I think, like you said, Michelle's been scoring goals, Amy Say's been doing well, Caitlin always does well. But yeah, I think there's a few people around me that I've been playing with during training, and then a few new people that, it's mixed and matched. So I feel really confident that we can bridge the gap with, I guess, the new players. They're not new, but you know what I mean. They're not so, what's the word, like, yeah, like they're fresh players, I guess. So, I have the comfort of playing with people like Caitlin Ford or even Holly. I played with her a few camps before, so I think bridging the gap will be easy. I've played with these girls many times, watched them in the W League, played with them overseas, played against them overseas. I think it'll be fun.
Last two questions. Marco.
Sam, you said before, there's been a couple of retirements, but the core of the group's still basically the same. Is winning the Asian Cup, is that the final sort of, I guess, what's the name, frontier for this group?
Oh, definitely not the final one. I think you'll find a lot of the girls will continue way beyond the Asian Cup, and but it would be a big one. I think the last Asian Cup for us is still so disappointing. So it would be a big one. It would mean a lot, and we would love to do it on home soil. So I think it wouldn't be the final frontier, but it would be a massive achievement for us all.
Last question, Jack.
Just a quick one, Sam. Just give us the goss on the house construction in Perth, and does that mean we're going to see you back in Australia maybe sooner than might otherwise have happened?
No, I'm definitely not moving back to Australia sooner rather than later, but when I do, I will be in Perth. I often dream about sitting on my balcony, but it's still a while off. It's just, it's nearly 3 years away, to be honest. There's been a few delays, you know what it's like with councils and all that, but it's been enjoyable, but yeah, still a while off ever moving back to Perth, that's for sure.